There's a chemical weapon in nature that turns daughters against their own mother, and evolution has discovered this strategy for separate times on 4 different continents. The weapon is formic acid. The target is the queen. And right now, the same pattern is unfolding in colonies across the planet. This isn't territory war. This isn't competition for food. This is chemical manipulation, matricide by deception. And I have the evidence to show you exactly how it works. Let me show you the 5 stages of a takeover so effective, nature keeps reinventing it. Welcome to WildLeadTube, where animal intelligence, evolution, and natural warfare collide. And nothing is ever as simple as it looks. The pattern has 5 stages: infiltration, identification, attack, chaos, takeover. Each stage is precise. Each stage is brutal. And here's what makes this terrifying. This isn't theory. This is documented behavior observed across multiple ant species. Kizo Takasuka and his team published the evidence in 2025. The strategy evolved independently 4 times. Same chemical, same target, same outcome. The queens never see it coming. But to understand why this keeps happening, we need to follow the chemistry. Because the weapon isn't teeth, it isn't venom. It's something far more elegant. Formic acid, the same compound ants use for defense. But in the hands of a parasite, it becomes something else entirely. A mind-controlled device that weaponizes the colony's own daughters. Let me show you exactly how stage 1 begins. Stage 1 is infiltration. The parasitic ant enters a host colony. She's alone. She's surrounded by thousands of workers who should kill her on sight, but she doesn't get killed. She gets ignored. The trick is chemical camouflage. Every ant colony has a unique scent profile, a chemical signature made of hydrocarbons on their exoskeleton. The parasite matches it. She mimics the colony's scent so perfectly, the guards can't tell the difference. She walks in, undetected. I've linked the full study in the description. Now here's where it gets interesting. This infiltration strategy didn't evolve once. It evolved 4 times, in 4 separate lineages. Lasius ants in Japan, Lasius ants in Europe, Lasius ants in North America, Formica ants in multiple regions. Each lineage discovered the same solution independently. That's convergent evolution. When natural selection finds the same answer to the same problem across different species. The problem was how to take over a colony. The answer was always chemical mimicry. Always stage 1. Stage 2 is target identification. The parasite is inside. She's invisible. But she needs to locate one specific individual among thousands. The queen, the reproductive heart of the colony. The parasite doesn't search randomly. She follows the scent trails. She tracks the pheromone gradient. Queens emit specific chemical signals. The parasite can read them. She navigates through the tunnels, past the workers, past the brood chambers. She's hunting. And when she finds the queen, stage 3 begins immediately. The queen is surrounded by her daughters, worker ants attending her, grooming her, feeding her. The queen is the most protected individual in the entire colony. But here's the thing. The workers still think the parasite is one of them. The chemical camouflage holds. The parasite moves closer. She positions herself within striking distance. The workers keep working. They don't react. They don't recognize the threat. Because the threat doesn't smell like a threat. And that's when the attack happens. Stage 3 is the chemical attack. The parasite sprays formic acid directly onto the queen, not to kill her, to mark her. The acid changes the queen's scent profile. She smells different now. She smells wrong. The workers notice immediately. Their own mother suddenly smells like an intruder. And here's the nightmare. The colony attacks. Not the parasite, the queen. The daughters turn on their mother because chemistry told them to. Same pattern, different continent. The parasites exploit the colony's own defense system. The workers are just following protocol. Eliminate the intruder. But the intruder is their queen. Meanwhile, the parasite retreats, untouched. The workers never suspect her. Today, this exact mechanism operates in colonies worldwide. Same chemical, same manipulation, same outcome. Let me show you the mechanism. Formic acid is CH2O2, simple molecule. Ants produce it naturally in their poison glands. They use it to defend against predators, to sterilize the nest, to communicate danger. But when sprayed directly onto another ant, it disrupts their hydrocarbon layer. The chemical signature changes. The recognition system breaks. The colony's own security protocol becomes the weapon. This is not a bug. This is the exploitation of a feature that exists in every ant colony. The pattern holds across all 4 lineages. In Japan, Lasius neglectus does it. In Europe, Lasius umbratus does it. In North America, different Lasius species do it. In Formica colonies, it happens again. Each species discovered the same 5-stage pattern independently. Each uses formic acid. Each targets the queen. Each weaponizes the workers. The chemistry is identical. The timing is identical. The outcome is always the same. The pattern is always there. Now you're probably asking yourself why. Why does evolution keep finding this solution? Because it works. The success rate is high. The risk is low. The parasite barely fights. She manipulates. She deceives. She turns the colony's strength against itself. And once the workers attack their queen, the parasite waits. Stage 4 is patience. The colony tears itself apart. The queen dies. The workers fight each other. Confusion spreads. The social structure collapses. And the parasite survives it all because she still smells like she belongs. Stage 4 is chaos and observation. The queen is dead. The colony is in crisis. Workers attack each other because everyone smells slightly wrong now. Formic acid is everywhere. The chemical recognition system is broken. Social order collapses. But here's the critical part. The parasite's chemical camouflage still holds. She's the only ant in the colony whose scent hasn't been compromised. She becomes the most trusted individual by default. The workers stop fighting near her. They recognize her as safe, as familiar. This is the trick. Create chaos. Remain calm. Wait for the storm to pass. You'll find the source link in the description. The chaos settles. The workers need leadership. The old queen is gone. But there's one ant in the colony who's been calm the entire time. One ant who smells right, the parasite. The workers start treating her like the new queen. They groom her. They feed her. They protect her. And here's what happens next. She starts laying eggs. Her offspring hatch. They're raised by the host workers. The colony that tried to protect itself is now raising the invaders' children. The takeover is complete. And it took less than 48 hours. This is not a bug. This is the exploitation of a feature built into every social insect colony. Recognition by smell. Attack what smells wrong. Protect what smells right. The system is elegant. The system is efficient. Until someone hacks it. The parasite doesn't fight the system. She manipulates it. she turns defense into offense, security into vulnerability, protection into execution. The trick is simple. Change 1 cent. Watch the colony destroy itself. The same strategy works every time because the underlying system is always the same. The parasites evolved to exploit a universal feature of ant colonies: chemical recognition. Meanwhile, the host colonies can't evolve fast enough to defend against it. The parasites win because they understand the system better than the system understands itself. What makes this pattern dangerous is how universal it is. Right now, this 5-stage takeover is happening in ant colonies on every continent where these species exist. The pattern doesn't stop. It doesn't evolve away. It persists because social systems have a fundamental vulnerability. Trust through recognition, chemical recognition in ants, visual recognition in humans. When you can fake the signal, you can exploit the system. The parasite teaches us something uncomfortable. Social order depends on accurate identification. Break the identification system, and the group attacks itself. Scientists discovered this pattern by accident. Takasuka was studying ant behavior. He noticed queens being attacked by their own workers. He filmed it. He documented the formic acid spray. He traced the parasite's movements. Then he checked other species. The pattern appeared again and again. For independent evolutions, same strategy, same chemical, same 5 stages. The research showed that whenever social insects evolve complex recognition systems, parasites evolve ways to hack them. It's an evolutionary arms race. And right now, the parasites are winning. All sources are linked in the description. The lesson extends beyond ants. Social systems depend on identification. Family groups, animal herds, human societies. We recognize members, we trust members, we protect members. But what happens when identification fails? When an outsider can mimic the signal perfectly, the group's own defense mechanism becomes its greatest vulnerability. The ants show us the pattern. Infiltrate. Identify the leader. Mark the leader as other. Watch the group destroy its own authority. Parasites across nature use variations of this. Cuckoo birds, brood parasites, social parasites. The 5-stage pattern appears everywhere because it works. Evolution favors parasites that can hack social recognition systems. The host colonies can only react after the damage is done. Defense requires prediction. But prediction requires understanding the threat. So what should you take from this? First, understand that social systems are only as strong as their recognition mechanisms. The ants evolved chemical recognition. The parasites evolved chemical mimicry. Every defense creates a new attack surface. Second, realize that confusion is a weapon. The formic acid doesn't kill the queen directly. It makes her unrecognizable. Confusion causes the colony to attack itself. Recognition failure is more dangerous than external attack. Third, convergent evolution proves which strategies work. When nature discovers the same solution for separate times independently, that solution is solving a fundamental problem. The 5-stage takeover pattern keeps appearing because social systems keep having the same vulnerability. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Trust is a vulnerability. Recognition systems create order, but they also create exploitation opportunities. The ants can't survive without chemical recognition. But chemical recognition enables parasitic takeover. Every social species faces this paradox, humans included. We recognize by faces, voices, behaviors, credentials. We trust what looks familiar, but familiarity can be faked. Identity can be mimicked. And when the recognition system fails, chaos follows. Right now, we're watching this pattern play out in ant colonies, in nature, in any system that depends on identifying members from outsiders. The 5 stages remain the same. Only the chemistry changes. If this showed you a pattern you can't unsee, subscribe, because the next video will reveal another convergent evolution mystery. How did 8 different species independently evolve the same eyes? The compound eye convergence that baffles biologists. Why does evolution keep building the same structures? The answers aren't hiding in the future. They're written in the past. WildLeadTube has the answers. I'll show you where to look.